Kenneth Miller, The Human Instinct, How We Evolved to Have Reason, Consciousness, and Free Will. Embark on a fascinating journey with The Human Instinct, How We Evolved to Have Reason, Consciousness, and Free Will by Kenneth Miller. This book dives deep into the heart of human evolution, exploring our innate ability to reason, our consciousness, and our unique free will. Discover the role of natural selection in shaping our minds, and the happy accidents that give birth to our extraordinary abilities. Delve into the history of evolutionary thought, the controversial field of evolutionary psychology, and the exciting leaps in neuroscience that reveal the complexity of our brains. With captivating insights, Miller seeks to uncover the true nature of the human experience and the incredible potential of our cognitive power.
Fortuitous evolution. The theory of evolution by natural selection is not the only explanation for human development. Evolution's accidental and fortuitous outcomes played a significant role in giving humans more than just survival instincts. In The Spandrels of San Marco, Stephen Jay Gould and Richard Lewontin described the byproducts of evolution as spandrels, analogous to architectural features that support a dome in a cathedral. It was these spandrels that gave humans the ability to contemplate themselves, the earth, and the stars, and to create myths, religion, art, literature, math, and science. The author argues that we need to deal with the potentially dispiriting implications of our natural origin to understand how spandrels of the brain made us what we are today. Evolutionary Science. Humans are part of the evolutionary process just like any other organism. The fossil record now includes thousands of skull pieces that show a steady lineage of humans going back over 7 million years. Scientists have discovered that we carry a gene meant to aid in laying eggs with a protein-rich yolk, an inheritance from our reptilian ancestors. Despite the overwhelming scientific support behind the theory of evolution, objections come from our unease and sense of loss in our perceived holy significance. Accepting evolution is imperative, but it cannot be construed as a vanity project. The impact of Linnaeus' work on zoology and human evolution. In the early 1700s, Carolus Linnaeus drafted the first systematic classification of every organism on Earth in his book, Systema Naturae. He introduced the binomial classification system and grouped humans as Homo sapiens with monkeys, apes, and sloths. His work had a huge impact on zoology, and it influenced the taxonomy of animals for centuries. Linnaeus refused to put Homo sapiens in a category of its own, which implied a flattening of the hierarchy between man and nature. The tension to recognize our connection to animals and maintain our status above them hasn't disappeared. The March of Progress, or the Road to Homo sapiens, illustration has become the single most influential image in the popular conception of human evolution. However, there's no grand hierarchy in evolution, and each species is unique. We, humans, are the sole species capable of discovering the natural process that created us. The controversy and promise of sociobiology. In 1978, biologist E.O. Wilson proposed the new field of sociobiology, hoping to reveal the biological roots of human organization. However, the idea was met with controversy, as critics feared it would justify inequalities and prejudices. Sociobiology never took hold, but evolutionary psychology emerged as a similar field a decade later. It proposes understanding all behavior in biological terms, but its ability to track behavior to specific genes is modest. While some ambitious claims about the biological factors of behavior have been made, they rarely withstand scrutiny or cross-cultural comparisons. Despite the dire claims of some in the field, evolution does not require a grim view of human behavior. Our evolutionary history and the unmatched human brain. Humans are a part of evolution, and the truth comes at a cost of losing confidence once given by creation myths. Our brains tripled in size millions of years ago, which allowed our capacity for speech, cooperation, and abstract thought. Our unparalleled linguistic ability, exceptional imagination, and powers of reason are a result of evolution, while our brains are prone to cognitive error, easily duped by illusions, and swayed by simple drugs, we are the ones investigating these weaknesses. Consciousness, a scientific and philosophical debate. How does consciousness arise? French neuroscientist Stanislas Dehaene and American philosopher Thomas Nagel provide various perspectives on this question. Dehaene suggests that an image held for 50 milliseconds becomes conscious experience, indicating that the stuff of the world becomes our sensory movie of life. In contrast, Nagel argues that consciousness is too subjective to be understood by science, which is a flaw in the evolutionary conception of nature. However, the theory of evolution does not devalue individual experience and cannot explain away Nagel's gap between matter and mind. The complexity of consciousness arises from a combination of simple processes, similar to how atoms interact within a cell to create life. While some neo-Darwinists argue that consciousness and free will are illusions, their arguments suffer from fundamental problems of evidence and logic. The paradox of free will. René Descartes believed in free will and placed it in the pineal gland, an exception to the anatomical symmetry of the head. However, the theory of evolution argues that free will is absent in the brain and simply doesn't exist. Sam Harris's view of determinism leads to paradoxes. If thoughts are predetermined, then our thoughts on free will and evolution are also predetermined. Additionally, the brain doesn't behave in a predetermined manner. Free will is built into the brain, even if it doesn't reside in the pineal gland. The epic tale of life's evolution. In the early 19th century, an Italian physician named Giovanni Aldini caused a stir in London by demonstrating the effects of galvanism on a cadaver, making it appear as though the dead man had come back to life. This eerie spectacle seemed to suggest that life was nothing more than a mechanical reaction to electrical inputs. However, as the book argues, human life has a far richer and more profound meaning than this. Drawing on the latest scientific discoveries, the book explores the story of life on Earth, from its earliest origins to the present day, showing how humans have emerged as a unique, creative and powerful force. While our impact on the planet has been profound, we have the potential to use our exceptional capacities for awareness, reason, imagination, creativity, choice, and cooperation to create a better future for ourselves and the world around us. The book offers a powerful reminder of the awe-inspiring beauty and complexity of the natural world, and of the vital role that we all have to play in shaping its future.
KennethRMiller's The Human Instinct ultimately demonstrates that we, as a species, are exceptional organisms with unparalleled abilities in cognition, imagination, and creativity. Our minds, shaped by natural selection and evolution, possess unique abilities that transcend mere survival and grant us the power to understand our own origins. We have the capacity to create, reason, think, and cooperate, which points to our potential for greatness. By embracing these qualities, we may rise to meet the responsibilities we have set for ourselves in our world and continue the epic tale of human evolution.